Home prices have risen dramatically over the last decade as a result of a shortage of available homes. Years of ultra-low mortgage rates and demand for homes fueled by the economic recovery following the Great Recession and the COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns. As a result, home prices are much higher than they should be in the long run. Now, sellers are desperate to get rid of their inventory, and for sale signs can be found all over the US housing market. As inventory soars, one house after another sits vacant, empty, and unsold. According to Realtor.com data, America added a record of 130,000 homes to the unsold inventory stockpile on the US housing market in July 2022, implying that not only are homes getting cheaper today, but it looks like they will continue to get cheaper in the future. Welcome to Money Talk, where we discuss everything about money. And for this video, we are going to talk about the housing price crash that may happen in 2022. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and be the first to check out our latest videos. So now we are going to identify these cities where this increase in inventory is simply unbelievable. So we're going to name these from 10th to 1st, okay? So 10th on the list is Nashville, Tennessee, which has grown its inventory by over 120% year over year. 1 year ago, there were 2,400 homes for sale in Nashville. Today, there are over 5,200 homes for sale. However, as quickly as Nashville's housing market is collapsing, it's crashing even faster in Las Vegas, which is our number 9 metro area with the biggest pileup of homes for sale. In July, nearly 2,600 homes were added to Vegas' unsold inventory stockpile. This is by far a record high, and we've never seen anything like it. And it's already reflected in falling prices in Vegas, where, according to Realtor.com, over 67% of listings currently have a price cut. That's right, more than 2/3 of sellers say, if I have a list price that is too high for the market, I must reduce it, and I frequently do so. That list price has to be reduced several times. Gosh, this housing crash is moving at warp speed. According to Fannie Mae's monthly housing survey, 75% of Americans believe that now is a bad time to buy a home. Instead of bringing buyers back into the market, skyrocketing inventory and declining home prices are pushing them out as they wait for prices to fall further. Sacramento is our number 8 city with the most unsold inventory piling up. In Sacramento, inventory has increased by 72% year over year, and it is now 40% higher than it was when the pandemic began 2 years ago, indicating that many of the home buyers who flocked to Sacramento during the pandemic are no longer returning. This also means that Sacramento's sky-high home prices will have to be supported by local home buyers who simply cannot afford it. The average home price is more than 11 times what the average worker earns in a year. This indicates that Sacramento is in a large bubble. The last time that this price-to-earnings ratio was this high was in 2007, just before Sacramento home prices crashed by half. Seattle is our number 7 market with the biggest deluge of for sale signs. Inventory has increased by more than 100%. Higher mortgage rates are weighing heavily on the Seattle market. The 30-year fixed mortgage rate is currently around 6%, which is roughly double what it was during the peak of the pandemic. This means that a home buyer in Seattle today will need to pay more than $50,000 per year in ongoing mortgage payments and property tax costs to be able to afford a home. There aren't many people out there who can afford $50,000 per year to cover home ownership costs, and this is causing many people to leave Seattle, Portland, or San Francisco. We're seeing a huge wave of outward migration from the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest in America, and it's leaving these housing markets barren. There are simply not enough buyers. This could explain why Seattle home sales are down a staggering 37% year over year. Now, moving to the other side of the country, we can see that a market like Tampa, Florida, which is number 6 on our list, is in a very similar situation to Seattle. And without a doubt, Tampa's biggest headwind right now is the flight of investors from the market. Investors have become a significant part of the Tampa housing market. Now that these investors are starting to exit the market, there is a huge gap in housing demand, causing inventory to rise by an astounding 92% year over year across the Tampa metro area. And on to our number 5 market, which has the most inventory, is Austin, Texas. Right now, the market is in complete freefall. According to Realtor.com, the number of homes for sale in Austin has increased from 1,460 in February to nearly 8,000 in August in just 6 months. This is now higher than it was before the pandemic in late 2019. Then, over the next few months, Austin will set a record for the number of unsold homes on the market. This massive increase in inventory is already causing significant price drops in Austin, with some estimates claiming that values have dropped by 10%. North Carolina, particularly Raleigh, is also experiencing a significant increase in inventory and comes in at number 4. Raleigh's inventory has increased by 138% year after year. Many of the people who moved to Raleigh during the pandemic are no longer moving there. We're seeing a significant drop in investor demand. We saw a lot of people in tech buy second and third homes, or possibly investment homes. In Raleigh, over the last 2 years, because Apple and Google opened offices there, their demand has now dropped on the table, just as Raleigh sellers are becoming desperate and flooding the market with listings. Now, our number 3 housing market is experiencing an inventory surge. So the number of homes on the market has increased by more than 150% year on year. Buyers in this city have completely disappeared and sellers are becoming desperate. I'm referring to Colorado Springs, where the active listing count has increased from 1,100 last year to over 2,800 this year. According to Realtor.com, Colorado is currently one of the top housing crash states, and home prices are falling rapidly. Home values have risen so dramatically in recent years that locals can no longer afford them. The home price to earnings ratio has risen to 10 times, making it one of the highest in the country. Actually, Colorado Springs was not in a bubble in 2007, when the PE ratio was around 5 times, because it was still reasonably priced. Our number 2 housing market could see prices fall even further. This is a housing market that saw a 55% drop in prices during the last crash, and sellers are rushing to the door in this city right now in Phoenix, Arizona. In Phoenix, inventory is up 160% year over year, with more than 60% of listings on the market. And now, our number 1 housing market, where the inventory just keeps spiraling out of control and the housing crash just gets worse by the day, and which I believe some of you may already intuitively know what this housing market is. It is Boise, Idaho. Year over year, inventory in Boise has increased by 150%, and over 69% of those homes on the market have had a price cut. So now that you know what they are, which housing market do you think is worth the wait 2 to 3 years to invest in? Comment down below so we can get the conversation going. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, click subscribe, and hit that notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. If you want to watch more videos, head on over to our channel to see more. See you!